Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I'm going to drop the link to those who want to join me live so that I can accept you. I'm dropping the link in the comment section. Let me see. So if you are here, please join me live. Awesome. Thank you for being here on time. Please, if you are joining me live, make sure that you are in a very quiet place. Right, I can see Busaya. Can see Barnabas. I can see
Yes, sir.
Patrick. Can see Julius. Okay, I think we are good to go. Guys, how are you doing?
You are doing fine, sir.
Very well, sir.
Awesome. Our Joan is here.
Doing fine,
Doing
sir.
fine, sir. Thank you.
Yes, I'm here.
Underscore. Take control.
Hope you guys are set for class because I am. I'm pumped up.
Yes, sir. I'm very, very ready to.
Set for class because I am. I'm pumped up.
Yes, sir.
Marvelous. I'm going to
Yes.
kick you
Yes,
out.
sir.
You have another
Very,
device
very
with
ready
you
to.
and it's echoing. Set for class. So let me add Alfred. I can see your forehead. It's looking very forehead.
Ah,
Joanne, I want to see Joanne's face. In fact,
ah,
all of you on this live stream, I need to see your face. I've seen Alfred. Let me see your face. Okay, Julius with the face cap. Patrick. Okay, I see Florence. Patrick, it's your turn. Joanne.
It's
Uh-huh.
Patrick, sir.
Patrick, I see your baby.
Respect, sir.
You
Thanks,
see now.
sir.
Joanne, I caught you. So you're inside the car and you're attending my class.
yes,
Can you
sir.
imagine? Florence, let's see you. Florence, this one you don't want to show your face. Are you sure you are in a safe place? All right, guys. So welcome to today's class. I'm happy to see over 100 persons are here. And I hope there are no questions so far. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the Discord server and I'm going to go through some of the assessments that you guys sent. I've seen some of the assessments you submitted. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And I've also observed a couple of things, and I want to share that with you. By the way, it's in classes like this that I get to know your names, especially those of you that are either on time or respond to my questions or submit your assessment. So recommendation is very important in the tech ecosystem. I hope you guys know that. Not just in tech anyway, because right now I have a job, financial analysis, um, for one of my colleagues. Last month, I gave a job over like 250,000 to one of my colleagues. It's not like every time I get to do these things. I just know if you know how to do certain things and this thing come my way, whether it's from my workplace or a friend or someone reached out to me, I always know who to get. So, uh, last month I was working with some guys in the UK. They had some challenges with their cybersecurity project or thesis, you call it. So I had to connect them with some persons from my circle. So connection is very important, guys. If you don't, I don't preach humility for any of my students. The type of humility that makes you kind of cower yourself, like you are so good at something and you are just so afraid of pushing it out there. Okay, so presently I'm learning French, and it's very interesting how I learned for like back in university. I took the course for like 2 semesters. Academic French, is different from street kind of French. Just like you can't learn pidgin English in the university. But that just it with languages. So I discovered that now I'm learning it anew, not just academically, but I want to start speaking the language because of these certain rules I'm targeting. And I discovered that it's not, I mean, I don't need to be so uptight about it. I need to express. I watch movies, movies in French. I listen to French music. I speak, I greet in French, communicate, and even when I'm sending chats with to a friend or so, I do that, no matter what mistakes. So I'm doing it so that I can implement and perfect myself. So if you are here to learn, the best thing you can do for yourself is to start implementing what you have been taught, no matter how small you think it could be. It's in that implementation that you build what we call in the tech space and a portfolio. That portfolio is going to help you to share what you've done, the little growth you have been able to, move from one point to the other. That little thing that you're doing is going to actually help you. Are you guys following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. So that's why we take assessments and projects very, very serious. You can do it if you don't have a laptop now. Try to let us know that this is what your challenge is. Like I saw one lady in the comment section or within the Discord server or Telegram group, basically telling us that she doesn't have a laptop, but she hopes to get one. Well, that's a fair excuse. But when you are listening with your device, your smartphone, make sure you go to a cyber cafe, guys. Go to any computer center, wherever country you are, get a laptop from someone, go to your library, wherever you see a computer, write down things and then practice. Okay, practice it is going to help you. All right. So it's good to see some of you are also learning the language. Interesting. Because me, the trick about I have one section I'm supposed to take one guy. I think he called. I don't know Ikechuku. I don't know if he's here. And it's so good that he called me. Like I told you guys, I don't love chats. I can't be responding to 1,000 people plus on chats, right? So, but if you get to call me at the right time and in the right place, I'll pick you. We just say whatever it is that's in your mind. So, chats don't really work for me. That's why we have virtual assistants. Then you can chat with them. All right. So, like I was saying, there's always that leverage of practicing what you've been taught. It's that simple. That's why tech is one place that people can employ you. You've been hearing of this tons and tons. Go to TikTok, go to YouTube, you see people earning six figures in tech, and they didn't have a college degree. Truth, right? They didn't have a college degree, and you wonder those who had college degrees in tech, what exactly is going on? you discover some of them are still struggling to get a job because they didn't really see the need to build portfolios. But people without a degree would see the need to build portfolios, get their certification sorted. They keep building products. All these assessments I'm giving them, they could just upload them to. We have, for those of you that will be interested in our data analysis course, like continuing after Excel, maybe you want to learn SQL Server, Power BI, and blah blah blah. So we teach all those courses. So after this, if you are interested in continuing with us, just let us know or let me know, and then I'll add you to the July August data analytics class. But if you are here for Excel, no problem. Let's go ahead. So as I was saying, when it comes to portfolio, it's very important. It's one of the things we teach in our data analytics class. Not this one though, and we teach our students how to build a website for free, right? You put all these your projects, all your assessments, put them in that site. So when you are applying for a job, you don't all this grammar. Nobody nobody wants to really read, oh, I am a very good talented data analyst with blah blah experience. Yes, you can put that, but the next thing the hiring person wants to see is, okay, can this person assess, can this person clean data on Excel? Can this person clean data on SQL Server? Can this person do this on Python or Power BI? Can you visualize? Can you tell stakeholders if their business is progressing or not just by beautiful visual on? A lot of these big guys working in some of the top companies, they don't really have the time to look at your numbers, look at the data. But if you visualize it, like an example we did yesterday, you'll be able to show them, oh, this is what is going on with your company. This is the forecast. This is what by the way, we are talking about forecasts and trends and how to format charts today. So please take these little things we are going to be sharing with you very serious. Put them together when we send a Microsoft Excel sheet to you guys before your next class on Saturday. I'm thinking of having a different class with those in the premium group just to attend to those who have challenges. Anyway, let's. So on your next class on Saturday, that is, I'll probably will share the Excel sheet with you, give you assessments in that Excel sheet, but not before we do that, we are definitely going to share. We are definitely going to share the the class with you. Okay. Happiness, we can't use Google Sheet for this class because if I'm teaching Google Sheet, I use Google Sheet to teach um it's a different class entirely to teach AI in Excel, okay? Yeah, or AI in Sheets. Google Sheet is not really as beginner friendly like Microsoft Excel desktop. It's the same thing with Microsoft 365. I don't use Microsoft 365 to teach. I use the desktop version because I will be tempted to use automated tools because of my experience, and students will be confused. And when they are given an Excel desktop sheet to work with, they will be like, "Oh, this is too complicated." Meanwhile, they learn the easy way. So it's better we use Excel sheet. That explains. I hope that explains the whole thing. Okay. So that's enough for the housekeeping. I'll be dropping the link to the premium group. By the class is still free anyway, but those of you that want personalized assistance, you need a certificate, you need recommendations, you want to work on a internship, I will definitely drop the link in the comment section, okay? Or rather in the Discord server. So, are you guys here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, let's get right into class. Let me begin to share my screen. Give me a minute. Sorry, trying to put up something underneath so you guys could just go through. But so far, yesterday's class, is there any question before I look at what you guys submitted in the Discord server? Any question? Please check the check. Joanne, are you parked now or you are still driving?
Yes, sir. No question.
Okay. I see there's a new person called Mide Patrick Olani Julius Alfred. Okay, I'm familiar with Julius and Alfred. Not Patrick and Mide. Is it Mide or Mid or Midi?
It's me there.
It's Mide. Mide, show your face.
I can't see.
What?
Sorry, what did you say?
I want to see your face.
I'm looking like an house help right now.
You're looking like a house help, or you are the house help.
Anyone you conclude. Maybe some other time.
Okay. She's a very smart one. She no want to spoil her market.
Hey.
Please, so my students, when you are attending class, for the guys, just make sure you dress properly as if you are going to class. Don't be wearing a boxer and sit down. One student, there was a time I had a class, the student forgot his video was on. You have no idea the things we were seeing. This guy. And then some ladies, just leave whatever you're doing, attend the class. There's a psychology of attending online sections. You just dress well, stop those your rapawo na they wear. Dress well, go get your laptop, sit down, attend classes, have a pen and paper. It prepares you to learn. But if you're on your bed right now, please stand up, right? Leave your bed alone. Leave that abusive relationship you're having with your bed. Stand up from your bed. Go somewhere, sit down. It's morning, right? Or afternoon. Just sit down, have your pen, your paper, your laptop. Take the section serious. Okay.
Sir, there's a question on the YouTube in the YouTube comments.
Awesome. Read it for me, please.
The question is how to identify the primary key in a 4-column header.
In a 4-column header, all right. So okay. Let me share my screen. Is that the only question there? Look, just imagine.
Another
Doris.
one says, I was finding it difficult to insert the company logo in the background of my chat in the assignment. So I guess that person's having issues with putting pictures in the background of their chats.
All right. If you are finding it difficult, I think it depends on your version of Excel. Not every version of Excel can allow you to insert photos into charts. I knew that of recent. Please don't use WPS. I don't know what you guys are using WPS. I don't like that app. I don't like that app for whatever reason. I'm not spoiling show for them, but it's like if you are used to WPS, it's like especially the one for Word. It's like sending a very important information on a piece of paper instead of typing it, like handwritten. That's how I feel about WPS. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this was the assessments that you guys had yesterday. What was that question again? The first question about columns or rows?
The first one is identifying the primary key in 4-column header. But I guess the main
A
thing is just
4-column
identifying the
header. Okay.
primary
Okay.
key.
Okay. So let me do something. Let me check Let me think about something. Primary key in a 4-column header. Let me think about something. Right. So let's have this. So this is a 4-column header, right? Let me give you guys another one.
Yes.
Right. So let's do this quickly. Now let's look at this is a 4-column header, right? Let's look at this, guys. It's a 4-column header. This is header 1 and header 2, right? So we have number 1, we have number 2. Now, who can tell me for column header number 1? That is 4 columns, right? We have country, GDP, population, president. And the second, we have customer ID, cost price, sales price, and gross profit. So, which of these do you think is the primary column?
For the first one, it's country
Why?
because it's the main character. The president has to be president of a country. Population, they have to belong to a country, and the GDP has to be of a country. Everything is just related to country.
Okay. Okay. So, what's your name, please?
It's Joanne.
Oh, it's Joanne. I think I should get used to your voice. So thank you, Joanne. And Joanne, are you a writer or do you read novels or
I do, sir.
you do? Okay, so let me arrest you for a minute. You use the word character, right? It's a popular
Yes, sir.
character. So this is a word that's popular amongst those in humanities or those who love reading or writing. But in tech, please, when you use character, most of the time it's actually the content of a thing. It is not the thing, but the thing is actually called a variable. All right. We have different type of. I'm going to be taking you guys on this. Right. I'll rarely use character, so I'll prefer to say it's the most popular maybe column or is a most popular variable name or a string. Right. String is like text. We have bowling, we have strings, we have what else? Um, we have decimals. I think that's like, I mean, I can't open my Python. Okay, so I just felt I should correct that though. So who wants to try the second column? What is the primary key? Who else for the second column?
Should be cost price.
Is a cost price. Why?
The cost price determines the sales price. And without you knowing the price, customer cannot get goods. So you can know the customer's ID. And you can also calculate the profit.
Oh, okay. Who agrees with Joanne?
I think I'll go with the customer ID.
Why?
Though product is missing, but with the customer ID, we can track the particular good that was bought at the cost price, the amount the good was sold, then the profit we made from it.
Awesome. So it's like saying this bank 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 account, right?
Okay.
Account name, or yeah, bank account. Let me put, this is a bank account number, right? And then we have state, and then we have branch. So which of them is the primary key here? Instead
The
of bank
bank
account,
account.
okay, wait a minute. Let's use social security number, right? I've added another one. So let's think now. Which of them is
The social security number,
why?
because each social security number has, and with the bank accounts, you can track what state the account was registered in and in what branch the account was. The account was opened in.
Okay. Let me change this to BVN. I need you guys to get how this is going, because we have what is called primary column of analysis and primary column of or primary and secondary columns. Okay. Bank accounts. All right. Social security number. You can pull out other data. Okay. Okay. Can see responses here. Nice. 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 Okay. I'm happy you guys are getting this. So the thing is, when you are analyzing your data, you must always remember that um there's something that is dependent and the other are independent. Meaning that thing can stand on its own, right? BVN can
Yeah.
stand on its own without all these other details. Customer ID can stand on its own without these other details. Just look at it like that. The country can stand on its own without these other details. So anything that cannot stand on its own but would depend on something to make sense, all right, that thing is a dependent variable, not character. I use the word variable. That thing is what? A dependent variable. But if that thing can stand on its own, it means that thing is an independent variable. Of course, in our data analysis class, in SQL Server, for instance, you get to use these terms even much more. All right. So I hope this is pretty much straightforward and clear. Let's look at the assessments you guys submitted. And I hope I see my favorite. By the way, guys, please the chat. Don't drop your assessment here. Please go to where you have Excel July assessment submission. Hashtag July assessment submission. Please, if you are new to Discord, you are in for a good treat, because basically this platform is very popular for top companies like Slack. Companies don't use um, they don't use WhatsApp to communicate with their staff. You could come here and get to see some of the things that they want you to do, like tasks they want you to perform, almost like an official place where you can. So get used to a platform like this, and then and see what we have. I'll just I'll just make one or two comments, and then would um so this person didn't use the snip tool. Please try to use the snip tool so that I can see the entire background. That's the entire thing you're doing, right? But this is I can't see it clearly, but I guess you've been able to import the image. Now this is very good. This is so good that I can see a lot. And then use your real name, guys. Some people, I don't know if you people are robots. So as I can see 022, they like James Bond. What is James Bond number, self? 60 waiting. So
Six,
put your real name, except you see. So nobody is James Bond for this class. So put your real name, huh? Put your real name. Let's be professional, right? So Olat, this is pretty much done well. You arranged your chart, but you didn't color your column header, right? You put your currency, that's perfectly nice, and this is good, right? So I'll give you a pass. And please use snip tool. Don't take a picture. Use snip tool, Francis. I see your chat is distracted by the background. Um, this guy, Champions League, won't kill him. Nachi Michael, you are so obsessed with Champions League that we can't even see your charts anymore. We can't see what you are trying to show us. Club name, country, this is good. You organize the table well, but your charts do not make any sense at all. And I taught you guys how to reduce. K in day, I can't be clicking on this. Use your snip tool. This guy again is not so clear, but again, I can see the background is too loud, too loud. Okay, this is good. But again, the numbers is not every time you have to insert values into your charts. Like this is a donut chart, this is a pie chart. It makes your entire thing look dirty. So what you have to do is put your legend at one side and basically use only the numbers and the percentage inside the chart. It makes your chart a lot more presentable. All right, Uka John. This my guy don't chop Gary. Say he don't import the matter into his chat. Anyway, but it's cool. You can see that all the distractions of the background. It's making me not to concentrate on the most important thing, which is your warehouse. Rename your chat. So we are just seeing the name of the whatever you put there. Your Gary, that Gary where you chop remain. We don't see the name at the background. Meanwhile, that's not what you want to show us. Could see phone number. So guys, try to make sure that whatever you are putting at the background of your chart is not distracting. This is so good. The colors, the country, this is so good, Mustafa. The colors are all there and the graph is not dead. Just make sure you put your country, continent, and population in make it look more colorful. Well done, Mustafa. I've already said this. Colors at the back are too bold and they make the charts distracted. Like if you present this to your stakeholders, they will probably look at the house first before your chart. That's not what we want to achieve. Okay, this is good. The background is faint, and this is also pretty much good. So we are going to try something new today, something I didn't teach you guys yesterday. Daniel, this is good as well. Percentages are showing clearly. And Harry, all right, Harry, this is good, but your chart is not looking so nice. The background is okay, but it's not every schedule of cars sold. Do you want to sell the name of the company or you want to sell your chart? It is very, very important. All right. It's very, very important to always ask yourself the question, who is my audience? If you are presenting a chart to, let me use that opportunity and let me see if I can open up something quickly. Are you guys here with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I will need to show you guys something. No, no, no. Let me see if I wrote it down somewhere. Okay, awesome. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So this is just one of those classes I took in the past. Now, it's very, very important, guys, that if you are working on any data, if you want to visualize, always ask yourself the question, who am I sharing these visuals with? So, like this guy here, he shared the visual with the decision makers. So let me just take you guys through something very, very short. Apart from Joanne, any other female on the live chat?
Midday.
Or if you identify as a female, who?
I do.
Okay, you are a female or you identify as a female, right?
I'm a female.
All right. Or a woman. They say female is demeaning to describe women. So, and it's difficult to also define women. So I don't know. I'm trying to be as inclusive as I can. So what's your pronoun? What's your name and your pronoun, please?
Midday. She.
Mide, you are she, like you are she.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so Mide, are you single or single?
No, I'm not.
You are not single.
Yes.
You are married.
I'm engaged.
I'm trying to. You
Are
are
you trying
engaged.
to
Okay,
match
nice.
me?
No, if you are engaged, and you want to change your mind, my students are here now.
Hey, wo, change my
Yeah,
plan.
definitely.
That's what I do for you.
Okay. I'm trying to use one of these tools. I don't know why it's not working. Okay. I don't know why the other one was not working. So let's use Mide, for instance. Mide is a woman. Now, thank God that you are engaged. So I want to ask you a question. When you were preparing to go for a date, so I'm going to ask you as someone who is experienced. Um, if you are going for a date at, let's say, the Royal City Hotel, and this place is where you have a lot of elite audience, right? And then you have another date where you go for the cinema. Here you have here you have a lot of young people, youthful audience. And then lastly, uh, a restaurant, right? Restaurants. And then here you have random strangers, random street strangers street. Let me put it like that. Can you guys see my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mide, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So let's imagine as a woman, you're going for a date with your fiance or your partner. Let's assume your partner is your partner a man or identifies as a man?
Yes,
So
he's a
let's
man.
say, okay, he's a man. All right. So let's say you go for a date with your man and he decides to choose Royal City Hotel. Now, this is your audience. How would your presentation be compared to if you guys are going to a cinema where you have a youthful audience, and when you guys are going just for a date at a restaurant? Are you going to appear the same throughout these three stages?
No.
Okay, good. So, which of them would you look a lot more sophisticated in? Which of them would you look less sophisticated in terms of
The
appearance?
elite audience will be more sophisticated, and I think the
All
cinema should
right.
be
So, this is where you
more
spend
casual.
more casual. Good. This is where you spend a lot of time putting your makeup, checking yourself out, asking your fiance if asking him questions like how do I look? Is the dress okay? You ask a lot of questions before you check yourself out. But if you are going to a cinema, you probably can just put on anything without asking how do I look. It doesn't really matter. It's casual. Then a restaurant, oh well, depending on the type of restaurant. If you are going to a random booker, like all those street side kind of foods, you probably will not ask how you are appearing. So I'm saying this because, guys, if you want to, before you start doing anything, before you start visualizing your data, visualization is like dressing up your data, putting your makeup, cleaning your data, making sure all the columns and rows are well properly trimmed, beautifying your data and showing it. If you have the elite audience here, now the elite audience in your data, are you guys following this class, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So your elite audience in your data set will now be the people that we call decision makers, or stakeholders. Because these guys, I'm pretty sure before Elon bought Twitter, he must have had an audience with stakeholders and investors. He definitely had that audience. And he'll make sure that those who are visualizing the data of this is how much we bought Twitter, this is how much we are going to be selling, this is how much revenue we want, all those data presentation, you make it to the lead audience. And those guys are the decision makers or the stakeholders. Now, the guys are for the cinema. These guys could actually be the cinema. These ones could be what we call the managers. All right, the managers or store owners. In other words, Elon Musk will be looking at people who are the chief operations officer, the project managers, you know, and project managers, chief technology operations, chief operations officer, CTO, COO, the guys for the ones that have MBA, the HR, these are the group of people. If you are presenting a data to this group of people, then you will be targeting, telling them stories about what exactly. Let me ask you guys a question. Let me see how many of you would follow what I'm saying. If you are presenting data to the elite audience, what are you going to be telling them? Then finally, with the restaurants will now be looking at the sales team. sales team, basically speaking. So we are going to call this midday audience analysis. Okay. So anytime you are confused about what audience analysis is, please remember midday.
Wow.
As per remember midday, don't go and be thinking that she'll leave her guy for you. Just remember her because we use her in class. I don't want trouble. Please, I need examples. Let's get smart students here. I need examples. How do you think you are going to present your data to decision makers and stakeholders? What are you going to be telling them? Let me check if I can do some writing. Oh my God. But why?
Wow.
Anyone?
I'm trying to. I want to give it a try. Okay.
Okay. Because this is the
Okay, sir.
foundation of doing whatever thing we want to do now. Uh-huh.
Okay, sir. So now for the elite audience.
Go ahead.
Okay, so for the elite audience, I will be talking to the decision makers and stakeholders, which might include investors, shareholders, like that. Definitely, the
Uh-huh.
data I'm going to be presenting will be a kind of balance sheet showing where the company stands,
Uh-huh.
showing a kind of forecast where the company is going to be in the next few years. So
Okay.
why for the managers and store owners, I will be presenting a data showing the performance of the company, present performance, past performance, and recommendation. Maybe we have some kind of lapses. What we can,
Mm-hmm.
I will be able to recommend from the data I presented based on the performance of the company. Then for the sales team, I think the recommendation aspects will go for them.
Okay. Awesome. That's so good. I could see comments in the comment section. I love this. I love this. And let's go back again. Remember, in our class, we try to mix things and spice things up. Use our personal life experiences to explain what how to understand data. So let me go further to let me share my screen. So just like Midday is having now, she'll definitely know that by the time this guy wants to get married to, okay, this works now. I think all I needed was to do some refresh. Are you guys seeing?
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. So for the guys at the top, these ones are the ones that wear tie. I want to use them as example. So they put on a tie. These are the decision makers, right? They don't always have, but put on a tie. And then the second group, we have those who are called The managers. These ones are always busy looking at their performance. So they are checking their performance. And then the last group of people we have in most organizations, we have those are called the sales team. These ones are always thinking about profit and products. How can they improve? So they are thinking about money, sales. Can you guys see my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
So we have the decision makers, or stakeholders. Then we have managers. And then we have the sales team. Please keep this at the back of your mind before you start any visualization. Every company works with at least 3 levels of engagement like this. So for the managers, if you want to show your charts, you probably want to show, what are you going to show for managers? I need a list. Let's go. Number one. For instance, let me give you an example. Targets met. We want to show them that the targets have been met. What else are you going to show them?
The forecast.
Forecast, good. You are telling them that the business you would crumble or would grow. What else? Let's add 2 more things. 2 more indicators. Recommendations. Okay. Because they are the decision maker. So you have to recommend. You tell them, Oga, if you keep this manager with the way he's going, he will finish your money. Oh. So I recommend that you change him. Or do you understand what we are saying here?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
That is the power data analysts have. Because when you are employed to analyze data using Excel, for instance, people want you to be able to make recommendations, show them that their targets have been met. You see all those people that open shops. After 2 months, the shop don't close down. Have you heard something like that? After 2 months, the business is over. Over 50,000 businesses in Nigeria alone closed down in the first year of their opening. What do you think happened? It's because guys are not serious with their data. They are not following up. They are still very unserious about it. Am I saying the truth or not?
It's the truth.
You don't know how much is coming into your company. You don't know how much is leaving in the name of expenses. All you do is just be paying people salary and just be buying. No accountability, no forecast, no targets, no recommendations. So how will the business survive? For instance, decision makers. If you are in a relationship with Mide, for instance, she becomes the decision maker. Her target was that she wants to get married to a tall, handsome, God-fearing, and rich young man. And his name is Julius.
Wow.
Have the target been met? Yes, the target have been met.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, what is our forecast? Our forecast is that if I get married to somebody that have met my target, we can get married, we can have children, and I can live my life on a la vida. True of us?
True.
I can also prepare my friends. That could be a sense of forecast. I could tell my friends that I have arrived, that I have gotten my target, my tall, handsome, and rich young man or young woman, as the case may be.
Hmm.
So if you are the second or third wife, me there, you will still say the same thing because you are happy to be the second wife. Your target have been met. Now, what is going to be Mide's recommendations? Recommendations is that, Julius, you have met my targets. I see in you the father of my babies, and I
Hallelujah.
recommend that you should propose to me with immediate alacrity. Make sure you take me to church. I will introduce you to my parents. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Good. So that is what decision makers can do, both for personal interest or for company's interest. So what other thing can we consider for decision makers?
I think policy.
Change of policy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is nice. Change of policy. We can consider that. There is a list of things, guys. This is not my business intelligence class. So I am just giving you guys a sneak peek. And I want to tell you, this thing I'm sharing with you is what people spend at least a year to learn in college. But I'm giving it to you like, using these small stories to make sure it sticks. Now, for the managers, what are we going to tell the managers? What type of chart are we going to show them? Because we are not going to show them a forecast. They can't make decisions based on forecast. They can't say, the way we are looking at this business. A manager cannot decide to keep himself with the job or to sack himself. Do you guys get it? So when you
Yes,
are
sir.
presenting data to the decision makers, you must make sure you put a forecast future there or make your recommendations. A manager is not interested in those recommendations or forecast. Manager is interested in something. Who can tell me? And how can we show them a chart that represents their reality?
Okay. I think for the managers, we want to look at the company medium, short term, and long term performances.
Exactly. So, in other words, you are looking at performance. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
After performance, what else? Because they are actually managing people. So, you have to tell them, you have to show them data that shows management of people or products. So, performance is top on the list, followed by what?
I'll say probably a possible target for the following months or
Exactly.
Okay.
Short-term targets. Short-term targets. What else? One
Ah,
last thing.
how do they
Let's
call this?
think. You see, the way the why we are becoming a lot more, this is becoming so funny for a lot of people because in their businesses, they don't actually have this structure. They don't have a structure to attend to those in sales. You are just there selling your spare parts, selling your potty or what? No, sorry, what do they call it? Skincare products, selling your what? Pharmaceutical products, selling your bags and shoes on WhatsApp status, sharing your food, Hilda version, selling, just selling things. Your job is just selling, just selling. Nobody is managing you, and you are not. Who is making decisions? That's why the business is going to crumble. After 3 months of selling on WhatsApp status, you discover, you know what? There was no target in the first place. You don't even know whether you've met your target or not. It's same thing with your career path. You need to ask yourself, which job is going to give me these short-term targets? I want to travel. I want to do X or Y. What job is going to give me that? Guys, let's think. Let's look at the comment section. Any contribution there?
Staff.
What? Any
Staff.
contribution?
Staff evaluation.
Staff evaluation. Perfect. Staff evaluation. So let's go back to Mide. Mide, are you still here?
Yes, I was what I just talked.
Your word just stopped.
Mm-mm.
I
She was the
what
one
I
that
just
said
spoke.
staff evaluation.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not Julius, so I don't know your voice like that. So let's proceed. So we are saying for the managers, it has to be performance, short-term targets, and staff evaluation. Mide, you remember the first time you met Julius, right? When you were manager, and what were you looking at? Performance. Jide, you know what I'm talking about now. Ah. So you want to know, Julius, how is his performance inside and outside? Is he kind to me? Decision makers don't care about kindness and all that. They don't care about all those performance things because their own is to make a decision. Bros, marry me or leave me alone. You get all those people that are still asking questions like, what are we? 5 years don't work out, you never know what you be. It means you are still under sales. We are coming down to sales. So as managers, we are looking at performance. How is this guy treating you? How is this lady treating you? What's your short-term target? Short-term target means, you know what? I'm going to date this beautiful lady, call me there for 6 months or 3 months, and then make a decision, right? And then discover if she's good for me. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And then you have to evaluate the person. How is this person's dress sense? How is this person accent? In fact, until I got to the US, I never knew accent was a thing. When I'm talking with Africans, I have a different accent. When I'm speaking with Americans, I have a Michigan or a DC accent. So it's just like that. If you travel, you pick accents. If you are talking, the one way paying me pass. You and I are Africans, and you they form accent for me. You, Chris. So anyway, you have to evaluate the person and find out what is this person's modus of operandi. What is this person's job like? This is where a lot of people fall in. Like, okay, this is how much he makes. You are not going to know how much this person makes if you are under sales. We are coming down to sales, but as a manager, you are closer to the person. You are intimate with the person. You know the business in and out, so you are able to evaluate the performance. All right, you know whether this person is a good, inside, or this person is kind to you outside. Short-term targets, okay. You know that some people, the moment they set their eyes on you, they know that this person is going to be my wife or this person is going to be my husband. Those ones, they are short-term targets, and their eyes too sharp. And there are people you meet immediately. They meet you. They just this one is not going to pass a night. I know this, ladies and gentlemen. I know it. Because I've been there. So that is it for managers. And then for sales, let's look at sales. Let's think about sales. What do you think the salespeople will be most interested in? Remember, let me give you guys a tip. Anything that is made by the decision makers is going to affect the managers. And any decision the managers take is going to affect the salespeople. So salespeople are literally at the bottom of the pile. So you have to, if you are presenting a data visualization chart to members of the sales team, what do you think they are going to be interested in?
Okay. Product and service performances.
Exactly. Products and services.
Customer expectations.
Exactly. Customer expectation. Let's not forget, guys. Let me add this as a tip for you guys. They also have what is called targets. Their own could be monthly targets. All right, monthly targets. You know all those people that move around. Bankers are you guys are very familiar with this monthly target thing. You have to get so number of customers to register with our banks. True or false?
True.
That's true.
True. The manager of the bank cannot do that type of a job. The decision makers, the CEO, the owner of the bank cannot do that type of job. It is you working as a salesperson or whatever you guys call yourself. That's going to be your job. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Good. And then what else are you going to do after the sales? Or what else are we going to show these guys?
Um,
Same performance.
Team performance. Let's say we have members of the sales. They have to evaluate themselves if they're actually doing well. Let's add one other thing.
audience feedback.
I'm not too sure, but I think stock availability and accessibility.
Stock availability or accessibility.
Okay, that was under market performance.
Market performance. Don't wonder. Just say it. Be proud of you. What else? There's something I wanted to mention, but I forgot. You guys forgot this thing. Inventory.
Wow.
You see all
Okay.
those salespeople that they write down how much came into the office, sometimes with a pen and paper, sometimes with a computer. That's what they are doing, inventory. Now, this whole process is a section of is a section of this whole process is a section of business intelligence. Anyway, that's a different type of ball game. So under the sales, this is where Mide will begin to ask questions about Julius. Ask her friends questions. Ask her friends questions like, "Oh, how do you see that guy? I've been eyeing him from afar. Look at his lips. Look at his nose. Look at his ears. Look at his six packs.
Wow.
Look at his stomach. I figured a lot of people also love the stomach. Look at look at his abdomen. Oh my God! You know that's the level. So what are they doing? They are beginning to evaluate the customer or the client. These are the people. If you go into the bank well dressed, like when one of my friends went into the Bank of America to open an account for the first time, he was dressing, with this completely bourgeoisie Nigerian native attire. The one you can pull out from one arm, throw it up there, and drop it on your shoulder, and take your arm, pull it up, and drop it on the other shoulder. What is it called?
Agbada.
So, neatly polished shoe. And then when he went right in, he requested to see the manager that he wanted to open an account. These guys, they thought this guy was, one Nigerian prince coming to open. My guy ended up depositing only $100.
Right.
When he told me, I was just laughing and smiling. I said, "Look, man, you messed an entire continent. So if I go there now with my own Agbada, these guys will not give me the same attention they gave to you, because they'll be like, the first guy that came here dropped $100. Guys, don't do that." Anyway, but again, what I'm saying is when he went there, they assessed these new clients and basically started telling him the type of account he has to open. If you have over $50 million, if you have this, if you have that, we want to, we gave him coffee and he was treated pretty much well. I wonder how many other local Nigerian banks would give you coffee or bread or whatever when you want to open an account with them. Anyway, but this is what the sales guys does or do. They go ahead to look at monthly targets. given to them by the managers, received from the decision makers. They look at their inventory. This is where the whole inventory thing works out. Please, do you guys understand this whole process?
Yeah, little idea about it.
Awesome, awesome. So that is why I needed to say this, because in the next thing I want to show you guys is something that we're going to be talking about, trends and how to format all of that. Before you start visualizing, I should have probably told you guys this yesterday. Please ask yourself, who are you presenting this data to? So this guy, goodness, I don't know if he's a guy or a guy. We have Ibadan fast food profit charts. You probably would ask yourself, who are you presenting this data set to? If it is the decision makers, then you discover, oh, these guys will be interested in percentage instead of just the numbers. Show them percentage of, oh, then they now look at the percentage and tell themselves, you know what, we need to shut down this particular food business in Ibadan because it's basically just bringing us 15% of sales compared to this other food business in Lagos or in Accra, right? So that is it. But if you are showing this data to the salespeople, they need to see the numbers to be able to judge, oh, we've met our targets. They are not really interested in percentage like that. So you need to show them the numbers like 000 or $25,000 or 25,000 naira or CDs was made for this amount. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we have Arams. Arams. This is pretty much good as well. Data set showing income of workers. This is a good visual. Just make sure you don't make your background to be so. This is also a very good visual. Very interesting visual. In fact, it looks. Let me click on this. Can you guys see that?
Yes, sir.
It looks like. In fact, this is one of my favorite visual here. It looks like the chart is drawn on top of the map, and the map is not interfering with the chart because the colors of the chart are bolder and the map is just right there. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So this guy is thumbs up, right? Good job. Gitobi, I don't know if that's your name or that's Mirinda. I can see your
Melinda.
laptop and then something at the background. I don't know what that is. So let's proceed with the class. I'll spend time to look at these other ones. Vivian, this is also very good. I could see the weddings and I could see the product category, but I cannot see the legend. Legend is missing. And then the amount, you didn't put your currency. Messi, you there. You just imported some fruits. All right. Dangote Group. This is also nice. Very nice, very nice. But I shouldn't see Dangote Group at the. If you want to put it as a logo, you could just maybe put it at the top, but not like it's appearing wedding at the background. Then this is also good. This would have been a good chart if the chart was bolder than the background. All right. I hope the reviews I've given for the few charts that have been submitted is enough to give the rest of you an idea of what I expect that you should do. Any question on the process I've just explained before we continue our class? Any question? So we are going to continue today's section. Let's look at a new sheet. Any question?
No, sir.
All right. Everyone understands what I'm saying. Let me, before I forget, because after this class I have a meeting, let me just quickly drop Let me quickly drop the link to the premium class in the WhatsApp and Telegram and Discord server before I forget. Mm. All right, so let me copy this and just paste it. Next week Saturday is what date? The 5th. Wow, the month is ending already. Okay, I've dropped it in group one. Forward it to the second group. Please, I because of our community-minded nature, we don't discourage people from learning because they can't afford anything, right? So the class is still free and we still continue till the end. But I mean, because of the nature of what we do, my job and stuff, and our trainers, we want to just pay attention to those who are in the premium group more than the rest of you. Okay, so I think I've forwarded the whole thing.
Below new event àbí mosque.
Okay, so if you are here, you'll probably see that The link to the premium group is on the screen. Let me share my screen and then continue my class. Please, that link expires tomorrow morning. Just to remind you guys. All right, so today we are going to be formatting some new interesting things. So let's look at names. So we want to still look at, okay, let me talk about, I need someone else. Who else is a female or a male? Let me use a male now. Who wants to volunteer?
Okay. I am available.
What's your name?
Julius.
Okay, Julius. Are you single or single?
Single.
Okay, single and alone or single and enjoying life?
Single and open on midday.
I know the
Another person wife dey enter your own eyes. Na so una dey do.
Media is gone. Oh.
media is gone.
I'm not gone though. God care.
She said she's not gone.
So she's very much available.
Another person's wife, Julius. Fear God now.
Julius, can you fight?
It depends on the kind of fight.
Yeah.
If you cannot fight for your love, what kind of love do you have?
Are you
Somebody
really
said
sure
that.
about this love?
Well,
Hey, bam, you, Julius, don't go again. Oh, this one is one chance. Oh.
they won't set me up.
So let's do something. I want to teach you guys something very important today about trends. So we are looking at trends today.
Okay.
So I want to say we are looking at this company called Julius. Let's imagine it's a company, right? And then for
Hallelujah.
Julius, we have X. I want to say ex-girlfriend. And then we want to look at their location. And then we want to look at network. So let's say Mide, Joanne. Oh yeah, Julius, give me their names.
Ola.
Ola,
Amaka.
Amaka, Precious, no day.
Yes, Precious Day.
Uh-huh. How many? They reach 50. Let's manage this one for now.
We'll manage this one for now.
Okay. Just give me one more.
Ayo.
Yeah, okay. So tell me their location.
Okay, Mide Lagos.
As usual now. And them.
Joanne Lagos.
Okay.
Ola
Ivan,
Ibadan.
Ibadan. You didn't enjoy Ola's Amala.
She don't try you. She later fuck up.
Okay. Amaka uncle.
Imo.
La la. Precious.
Abuja.
Oncolos. Ayo.
Benue State.
Benue. All right. So there's something I want to share now. For the network, for Lagos, Mide was worth about 1.5 million.
Wow.
Is that 1.5 or what? What am I writing there?
That's yeah, it is.
5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Uh-huh. For Joanne was worth about 1.4. Ola was worth 1.2. And Amaka was worth 1 million. Precious was worth 1 million. Ayo was worth 900. Sorry, Benue people, this is not a judgment on the network of your girls. This is just an example, right? So we usually will put this in, because this is Naira or Nigeria, so we put this in Naira. Did I pass the Naira?
No.
Okay. I think I did.
Just did, yeah.
Search for the Naira currency.
You are
Yeah.
there already.
Awesome. So we can just color this. So as usual, what is our primary key here? Or primary column?
Ex-girlfriend.
Awesome. Because we can choose to talk about their location or we can choose to talk about their network. We are going to highlight this. Then we are going to highlight this. Then we are going to insert a column. So before I insert the column, oh yeah, well, let me just do it. Let me insert the column. All right, awesome. So what do you see from the chart? I'm going to rename this to be I'm going to rename this to be X girlfriend. I'm going to change the color. I love it. So, guys, what do you notice? This is the Legend Network. What do you notice? For Jide as sorry for Julius as a company or as a name. What trend do you see?
Okay, looking at the charts, looking from the chart, I can see that Ayo has more value, more net worth than the rest.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, for me to understand or explain to you what trend means, for those who are not aware, let's go to Google briefly. So people are still asking whether it's a Google Sheet. It's not Google Sheet, so I'm using Microsoft Excel desktop. So we're going to trends, okay? Trend lines on graph. Perfect. Now, have you guys seen? Read what's here, please. Who is there? Let me read.
Overview. A trend line is a line superimposed on a chart, revealing the overall direction of the data. Google Charts can
Awesome.
automatically generate trend lines for scatter charts, bar charts, column charts, and line charts. Google Charts supports three types of trend lines: linear, polynomial, and exponential.
Good. But we are using Microsoft Excel, not Google Charts. Either way, they work almost similar. The difference is that Google will automatically do the trend lines for you. By the way, guys, how many of you have seen lines like this? You remember your basic mathematics? They were asking you to trace the x-axis and the y-axis, and you use a ruler to draw a line cutting from one axis to the other. How many of you remember something like that?
Yes, I
Yeah, I
do.
do.
Yes, so that thing is called a trend line. It basically shows you the exponential or the polynomial or the linear or etc. type of trend lines telling you that something is either decreasing, increasing, or just at the base, like zero. So if you see a trend line moving from one point to the other, from the bottom up, that is positive. If you see it moving from the top down, that is what?
Negative.
Negative. And if you see it looking so straight, that is what?
Neutral.
Neutral
Uh,
or zero.
very
If I click this, you basically see it written here.
good.
Can you see that? Positive goes up means that this business is growing, right? It means that if you're making $50 in the first year, the second year you go make 100, the third year you make 150. You keep going, you keep going, you keep going, right? And we can see from the trend here, from what we have done here, we don't know whether it's positive or negative. But because our data was not, let me put it. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, Ayo cannot be 9 million. I wanted to write 900,000. Is that 900,000 or 9 million? No wonder
9
there's
million.
something wrong with it. So I wanted to write now. I've looked at the chart again and I see Ayo, it's like, no, supposed to be 900,000.
Wow. So
I
there
think
will
that's
be a
it.
change.
Yeah. So the chart would now change and then I would explain what I wanted to explain. I hope it's
Not,
not confusing anyone.
no, sir.
All right. So I would have just edited it on the chart without deleting it, but I just don't want to complicate things. Before someone will say, "How did you do that?" I love taking the class one step at a time. I know the easier way. Perfect. So you see. So what do you see from this chart? What do you see from this chart? Is
Okay.
it negative or positive?
Actually, there's a downward trend, so
It's
definitely
negative.
Mhm. Negative. So what can you tell? What can you now tell about Julius?
That
yeah.
Julius kept on getting involved with women that have lesser networks than the previous one.
Exactly.
Chai,
So
that's not
his best chat, what his best move was midday. The moment he said no to the midday, he decided seeing women with lesser network. So I don't know. So midday, what happened? Can you tell us what really happened? Why did you leave Julius? Was it because his decision making was not top notch, or his sales skills was not top notch, or his performance was comatose? Anyway, nobody knows. But from our charts as data analysts, we are not moralists. We are simply data analysts. We look at the data, we send alongside our recommendations. The one thing I can tell you from this chart is that the way Julius is going, he will end up dating somebody that doesn't earn money. True of us.
True.
hey,
So,
somewhat.
Julius makes enough money for him and his babe.
uh-huh. So you know that is why you broke up with him. I understand. But look at Juan. We don't know what happened, and he left Juan to Ola. So the more he left to another person, Amaka and Precious, they are similar. They earn 1 million naira, and then Ayo was 900. Who knows? Our forecast now, what will our forecast be? Our forecast will show that the more women, the more women uh, Julius will date, the lesser their network. From what we have seen so far on our charts, we no one here say Julius go church, things go change for him, and his life started becoming better. No, no, data analysts, we are not interested in that type of gist. If you want to show that things will change, our forecast will tell us. And the data is just there, especially if you are using a Power BI to visualize your data. The only thing that will make us to believe that Julius is changing and the network of the new ladies is changing is when the chart changes. For instance, from Ayo, the next person you will meet will now come up and earn 1.2, and then the next person will now earn 1.4, the next person will now earn 2 million, and so on. Now, when we now draw our forecast is going to show either exponential or polynomial, show any of those chart types, but never negative. Are you guys following me?
Yes, sir.
Good. So let's do another one that will show positive, because I need to use this to explain. So let's say this one was for Julius. I'm going to take this and edit it for. I'm going to copy this, paste this there, and then let's put for midday. Julius is free now. Let's put midday. You know, midday, the higher the income, the sweeter you are. So
Scam.
let's change these values and put higher income and change the names, ex-boyfriends here, right? Are you guys following my class?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good. So let's change these names. Oh yeah, Mide, give us a name. Number one, Julius have to be there.
Yeah.
Followed, followed.
Juwon.
No, my name will be last.
No, we start from you. Now you first run them straight. Julius, followed by who? Oh yeah, now
Juwon.
Mide, Juwon,
Sorry,
uh-huh.
sorry.
Juwon, uh-huh.
Bamidele.
Bamidele,
Always cheating.
Bamidele, uh-huh.
Ola.
Ola, uh-huh.
Fash.
Fash,
Bad
uh-huh.
guy.
Last person,
Ozo.
Child.
Ozo.
Nah.
Okay, so let's imagine. I know that there are more than this. If you reach 100, but let's manage this one.
What's
Tell me,
happen?
let's manage this one. Did they tell me now? Let's manage this one.
Okay, now it's okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So, um, from Julius was 1.5. The next person will be 2 million. 2, 1, 2. Another person will now be 2.5. So that's 25. Okay. Let's just put 25. Bamidele. Another person will now be 3 million. Another person will now be 15 million. And then Ozo from Benue. Let us give this guy 4 million. So let's look at your history. We insert. Perfect. So this is what it's showing us. Now we don't know what the trend is like here. I'm going to copy this, put it down here. Then I'm going to take this again, copy this, put it down here. Now I want to see the numbers progress exponentially. So I'm going to put 3 million here. I'm going to put 4 million here. And then I'm going to put 6 million here. Now let's look at what this chart will look like. Awesome. So we have all agreed. This is it. So for Mide, the higher the money you have, the more attractive you are. We know that there are some people like that, Abi. Mide, true now.
She like money.
When once you meet people like this, if you are not driving a Lamborghini, if you are not making a lot of money, you are not making a lot of money, you are not you are nobody. But I know that is not Mide. Mide, it's all for love. She don't do all these street games. She's not a gold digger. Oh, gold diggers are okay. They're okay. Should we continue?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is Joanne still in my class?
Yes, I'm still here.
I didn't even call you
Mhm.
because you would have given us a longer list.
Ah.
And with serious money. Because that Ferrari that you are driving now,
Mhm.
there's no how you would target, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So let's look at she said yes. Very soft yes. Now demo. Let's look at this thing again. So we have positive trend always moving upward, negative trend moving downwards, no trend at all, or better still, zero. That is it. No trend, negative, positive. Please always remember this. We also have always remember these trend lines. Is there anyone that is confused what trend lines are? We already read the definition online. And what did we? It says it's a line superimposed on a chart revealing the overall direction of the data. In other words, it shows the direction of the progress of the data or the business or the relationship or the company or the X or the Y. So if I want to ask you guys in your African country, in Cameroon, in Ghana, in Togo, in Singapore, not Singapore, in Namibia, in Equatorial Guinea, which of these countries do you think will be a superpower forecast looking at what they have achieved today in the next 10 to 50 years? China was able to achieve it, in 1960s, in the 1950s and 60s. China, Nigeria, Singapore, and UAE were all like competing with themselves against the dollar. But China and Singapore and the UAE have what they call strategic plan that spans into years. They are looking at their country 50 years from where they were at the moment. That is why if a new president came on board or a new prime minister came on board, they have to work on those strategic plans. They necessarily need to make sure that you get your people somewhere. But most African countries don't have a strategic plan. I have a state in Nigeria, for instance, a wonderful governor would come 8 years, bring up incredible stuff, because there was no strategic plan for the state that is being bound by law. Another governor would come and take the state 10 steps backward. It's the same thing for the entire region, sub-Saharan Africa. So that is what a trend does. If you want to see your life progressing, draw a chart. Tell yourself, look, I have started learning tech today, or was it yesterday? This is where I want to see myself. 5 years from now, I want to work with company A, B, or C. I told myself back in the day that, look, I was tired of earning peanuts. In the next year, this is what I want to start earning. And I put in the work. Every bloody day, I was learning, relearning, making sure I attend events offline or online. Anywhere there is an interview with people doing what I was doing, I would go listen. Documentaries, I watched tons of them to inspire myself, to motivate myself to do whatever it is I was doing. So I had that personal trend. I had that trend for myself. That line, I had drew it. And I told myself that by the time I turned so year, that I should have been able to achieve this. Okay. There are certain things I have now. It was still part of the plan. Other things, life could happen. But always ask yourself, what is it you are doing now that was part of the plan? Is there anything you are doing now that was part of the plan? You could answer for yourself. If it wasn't part of the plan, whatever you are doing now, it means you don't have a chart for your life, especially career-wise. But if you have a chart, then you make sure that even if you are not there, at least you can connect with people who are there. You can be on the same line. Take, for instance, I asked some of you to follow me on LinkedIn. There are people I followed on LinkedIn a couple of years back. I looked at the courses they took. Are you guys listening to me?
Yes, sir.
I looked at the courses these guys took, the places they traveled to, the events they attended, the people they connected with. I say, you know what, this guy is doing exactly what I want to be doing 5 years from now or 2 years from now. So what am I going to do? I connect with them. And I'm talking, guys, men, women. It's not every time that you have to meet people. You want to run one or two things, or you want to. It's very funny. Jobless people should be very intentional with relationships. Not everything knock, 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 knock. You are jobless, for goodness bloody sake. You should be focusing on reaching out for people for professional relationships. All right. The lady that recommended me for a job, imagine if I was interested in her in amorous ways, I wouldn't have gotten that job, because you probably think I'm not too professional. We are still friends. So if you are in that space, your chat, your trend, your life should include relationships. If not, the ones you enter and you don't plan for it, it will definitely destroy you. So think about, anytime you think about trend line, think about how can I make a business grow? What can I show this business? Or what can I do to improve the outcome of this business? And with that, let's insert the trend line into our charts. We now know what each of them means. So let's see what Excel would automatically give to us as trend line for this one. So we are going to click on this, go to where you have layout, and go to trend line. You see that? Click on it, and then click on linear trend line. So you can see that linear trend line. Guys, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that linear trend line that is appearing, is it positive or negative?
Yeah, this one is the one on the screen is negative.
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 It's negative.
Awesome, is negative. So you can come over here to the second one. Let's insert the trend line again. Click on linear trend line. So it is showing that it is what? Almost positive, not negative, not completely positive, but at least there's a relationship showing that this business is growing. It's not totally bad. Let's look at the last one. Click on it, go to trend line, click on linear trend line. So what is this one showing?
It's positive.
Positive.
Positive. And by the way, you can also edit this line. Just click on the line, all right? Right click on it, click on format trend line. You can see all the names of the trend line there. You want to change the color. Let's say you want a solid line. You want to change the color to red. And you want a line style. Let me put this here so you see how it's changing. Can you guys see? It's changing. Yeah, just change to red. Let's say you want to increase the thickness, the width, that is. You click up. Can you see that, guys? Becomes thicker and thicker and thicker. Let's say you want to see a dash or this type of line. So you have that. Let's say you want to see a dash, this type. So you have that. Can you see that? How beautiful it is? So that is your trend line, okay? Trend line options, you have the exponential, you have the linear, you have the logarithmic, you have the polynomial, you have the power, you have the moving average. So my assessment today, one of them, I'm going to write it down. Read about the types of trend lines and apply them on at least 3 column charts. Please, someone got this? Did someone? That's your number one assessment. So let's look at this one. We can also, let's say we want to change this to another type of trend line. Let's look at the exponential trend line. Click on it. You can see the line is moving right from the middle. Want to delete this. This is the exponential trend line. So I want to click on it. You see this one is moving from the bottom to the top. So let's change our line color. If you want to put gradient, you want to change the color here. You want to make it this way. Look more colorful. Look more it's sexy, interesting. And you want to change it, make it thicker, and put the dash. Put this one. Awesome. So that is the exponential. It's showing you that there's a relationship from here all the way down to the top. So let's look at the first one, which shows negative. So you can right click and format it so that your line becomes bolder. I want a gradient line. I want a preset color, maybe change the rainbow color here. And line style, make it thicker. And this one, I could choose the last one here. Awesome. then make my line a bit thicker again. So that is it for trend lines. So we see this is a positive. We see the relationship between one business and the other. And then we have this is exponential and this is negative. Sorry, this is positive and this is negative. I'm sorry. So if you are presenting this to your stakeholders, you will definitely, let me change the design type. Awesome. Guys, any question on trends before we move on?
There's a question on the time comment section.
Please read it out for me. Thank you.
It says, could you please run us through selecting the trend line? I'm lost, so please take it slowly. Ahmed.
Okay, I'll do that. So first thing first is that let me copy this again and paste it below. Take it one last time. Copy this, take it to the bottom of the sheet, paste it here. So this is our data set, Ahmed, right? And the rest of you. We have this is our primary, right? This is our secondary. Everyone knows this now, isn't it? This is our secondary. So what did we say? The primary is made up of alphabets, variable, and the other one is numerical. So as usual, we need to choose the alphabets and then we choose our numerical. So we highlight all of this. Press your control key, highlight all of this. Go to insert menu. Insert menu, make sure you choose the column charts. It always works with the column charts. It could work with other types of column charts, okay? Then I choose the first one. That is it. So when you get this, look for the layout menu. If you don't have the layout menu, just look for this icon and the name called trend line, and then open the arrow facing below. You would see a list of the trend lines. If you click on more trend line options, you would see a dialog box which you guys already saw, and then we can choose our linear. You can change the color of the trend line. You can see the trend line have appeared here. Choose the color, click on solid color, for instance. You can choose your color, let's say yellow. Change to yellow as you can see, but let's say we want to make it thicker. Make it thicker, increase the points as you see. Let's say we want to change the line to dash. Then you can choose any of your dash type here. And that is it. Ahmed and the rest of you, do you all understand how I inserted the trend line now? So this is what? Positive or negative or zero? Hello?
Positive.
Positive. All right. We
Sorry, sir,
continue the
please, I
class.
want to add. I just want to
Yeah.
add about the finding of trend line thing, because I
Okay.
found mine under add chart elements. There was nothing like trend line separately or a symbol to identify it. I had to find it under add chart element. So might not see it as trend line out there like it's
Mhm.
on your own. You might find it under add chat elements. I'm using Excel 2016, so maybe that's how it is for versions above 20 from 2016 and above. But I just want to put it out there that you might not see it as trend line. You might find it under something else.
Oh, okay. Awesome. 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 All right. Good to see. Around 20 people have joined the premium group already. Are you guys not in this class? Come on, guys. Um, I
Oh,
need
yeah.
just like 30 more people and then I'll shut it down. We may not even get to tomorrow. Anyway. I guess there is no other question for this anymore. Let's look at. There's no other question for this. Busayo, are you here?
Yes, Busaya is here.
For those who are complaining that my screen is blurry, please can you help those people out in the comment section? How we were able to address the blurry situation yesterday, please. Just someone should just type how you were able to do that yesterday. Okay. Busayo, are you okay? Your voice is not Busayo in.
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay. Marvelous, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. It's your voice that is shaking my table. Alfred, are you here? Okay, Alfred is not here, so I'm gonna throw him out.
Alfred is here. Alfred is here.
Alfred, who is with you now?
Sir, it was my mic. It was muted.
Okay. Thank God. I was almost throwing you out. Joanne, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So let's continue. So the next thing I want to teach you guys is how to format, some really interesting things on Excel. So we've looked at charts and we've looked at, please write down these assessments. We've looked at charts, we've looked at the whole thing about primary and secondary key. We've also looked at a little bit of business intelligence in terms of how to do our audience analysis. Everyone understood to that. So the next chart we want to do, let's go to sheet number 5. And then can someone suggest an hypothetical chart? I've run out of options, or a data set rather.
Test scores.
Test
Student
scores.
test
Awesome.
scores.
So we have student's name, right?
Yes.
Student's names. What else?
We can do states.
States, all right. And what else?
Score.
Test scores. Awesome. So help us out with some random variables. Just write the name of your enemy and give the person 0. So student's name, let's go. Just one name is okay.
David. Oh, is that his name?
They will. Next name.
Ola.
Okay.
Moses.
Moses.
Ifoma.
All right. 2 more names.
Busayo.
Busayo. And lastly,
Julius.
all right. So their state.
Lagos.
Is there anyone that is not in Nigeria or Nigerian here? I would love to.
Yes.
Yes. They're going to.
Who,
Yes.
please?
I'm in Birmingham, United Kingdom.
Oh, okay. So let's have country instead of states. Okay.
Okay.
Or should we have city? Let's have city. So we have Birmingham. Who is in Birmingham?
Marvelous.
Okay, you're marvelous. Birmingham and who else? Check the comment section. Let's see, guys, and where they are located. Those outside Nigeria. Hello.
Julius is in London.
Okay, in London,
Manchester.
Manchester. Uh-huh. African country, anyone?
You Yaounde, Cameroon. Present.
Is that you?
No, not me. On the comment section.
Okay, yeah.
Istanbul.
Yaounde, Istanbul, Istanbul. My favorite writer is from Istanbul. Who
UAE,
else?
Dubai.
UAE. Okay. So
If
test
you could,
scores, let's just put random numbers, right? So we have 89, 65, 74, 98, 54, and 96. Okay. So now let's say that we are not interested in the student's name, even though that is very important. That's literally like our primary key. Okay. But let's say we want to show an analysis based on, we want to know the test scores of each of the cities. Okay. So we basically just have these two, and then we go insert. We which charts have we not used? Let's check which charts have we not used in class. We've used the line chart with the pie chart, the bar chart, the area chart. Okay, let's use this one and see. Area chart, click on okay. Awesome. Awesome. So this is it for area chart. Let me do it again. This time around, I want to see the student's name and the test scores. Then I'm going to choose another chart type. I want to choose the XY scatter. I hope this works. Okay, so I can't use XY scatter for this one. They just told me that. Let's check the stock. I can't use it for this one. I hope you guys are seeing what is happening. I know why I can't use it because it's not compatible with the data set. Let's look at the surface. I can't use it. All right. Let's go back. So we can't use the XY scatter. We can't use the stock. We can't use the surface. Let's check the donut chart. I love the second one. Click on OK. I can't see use the donut chart. All right. Let's look at a bubble chart. I can't use the bubble chart. Then let's use the last one is the radar chart. I can't use the radar chart. So we are stuck with column charts, the line chart, and I probably have to choose one of these columns, the cylindrical column. I can't use it. All right. So what about this one? Okay, now I see what the problem is. The problem is that there is one useless fellow here that is distracting me. So this thing highlighted, Excel does not understand it. So I need to undo, start again. Now you wonder why companies pay data analysts hugely. It's because of some of this suffering that we suffer in the name of finding out what the problem is. So I think it would work now. I want to try the XY scatter. Let's see if it will work. Awesome. So this one worked. This worked. Let's say you want to change the chart type. If you want to change the chart type, just come here, click on change chart type, and then go back. Look at the stock. So It's not going to appear because I need to arrange it. Let's look at the surface. The surface chart must contain at least 2 series, and I don't have that type of chart, or I don't have that type of variable. A donut chart. Let's see if this will work. Awesome. So this works for donut chart. Okay. So let's see if we can edit this. First thing first, click on it, come here, and maybe just I say I don't like putting the names, the legend, and the percentage in the content of whatever I'm doing. So this is better. But I also love my I love my charts having a legend. Exactly. This is exactly what I want. I love my charts appearing this way. Okay. So go to your layout menu. Now we don't want to see this test course, which is the title. So come to where you have the title axis, click on none, and it's gone. Hope that is clear. That's how to edit the chart. Check it out. You want to see it, put it above charts. And if you want to see other options you have on that chart, click on more title options, and then you can see all of the title options. You want to change the color. Let's say you want to put a gradient fill. You can see the color is right there. I don't love that. And let's say I just want to put the blue color there. The border color, I want it to be red. And the border style, I want it to be thicker. So guys, instead of asking me questions like do it again, I would suggest take your computer or your laptop and then play around these things. You see, you teach yourself how to edit these charts. And if you find any challenge, that is where you now let us know how you found the challenge. Okay? So that is it for chart title. I hope that is clear. So I can drag this down, drag down. So I've edited my chart title. What if I want to remove this legend or edit the legend? So you have the legend. You guys, you remember I told you these are all called legends. David, Ola, and the colors. Do you remember?
Yes.
Good. So they are already telling you if you click on legend, they are saying that this one appears to the right, which is there at the right. What if you want it to appear at the left? So you click show legend at left. Can you see that? Hello, guys. Are you following?
Yes,
Yes,
our
sir.
correct.
Yes, sir.
Please follow because you do another assessment now. Brittany Edwards with a fine face. If you have challenge with your Excel, maybe you just go install another one. Okay. Brittany Edwards. Okay. This Brittany, she was in class yesterday, I remember. All right. So what if you want to put the legend somewhere else, like show legend at the bottom? It's right there. Come here, show overlay legend at right. It's back there to the right. It say overlay legend at left. It's right there to the left. Now that overlay is not going to appear here the way it would appear. Okay, here we have only one legend, which is like test course. Oh, so let me click on this. What about data labels? This would only, I love this when it works for column charts especially. So I'm going to undo this, try column charts so that we can learn a thing or two about the future. I just want to show you guys, right? Series 1, 2, 3. Why is this chat appearing like somebody that is quarreling with me? I guess it's because I have another chart with these values. If not, I don't know why it's appearing that way. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to appear. Okay, I'm going to drag this down so that I can show you guys what I want to edit. You see all these things I'm doing, please pay attention because you are going to do them. You're going to do them. You're going to do them. You're going to do them. Sure, for test scores. Test scores, test scores, test scores. So we go right ahead to say, click on, okay, let me beautify my chart first. Love it bold anyway. I'm obsessed with bold. But you know that you can always format your chart area, change the color to something else. Blue. I hope you guys know how to do this. I told you yesterday. So no need to go back to it again. So I've changed. They didn't have black or blue here. So all I needed to do was right click on format area, format chart area. Okay. And then click on solid fields, change my color here to blue, and that was it. What if you want to insert a pattern? So want to insert a pattern on your chart? Let me go to the first chart. So right click on format chart area, click on picture or text field. You have that, but I don't want that. I want a pattern field, and then I want to choose any of this. Awesome. Choose any of these. This is good. This is great, 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 great. So you can have that showing on your charts. How many of you could do this? Then you could just change your chart type to maybe any of these, make it bold. Uh, come right here, do the same thing. And picture text field, pattern field, then you choose any of your pattern. All right. So, any question for whatever I'm doing so far before I proceed? Any question? Check, please. Check.
No, sir.
All right. Nobody. Midday, welcome back. We all miss you.
Hello.
Midday, your background is noisy.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
I had to put my phone beside fan because it's actually eating up.
All right. It's all sounding as if you are on top of Okada.
No, it was just beside the fan.
All right. Okay, I can see someone is from Kampala here. Welcome. Dial Techies is one place to be. Everyone understand how I got to this point. Clear how we're able to edit our titles, how we're able to get to this point, right? So the next thing I want to teach now is go to layout. We've
Okay,
already
sir.
looked at chart title. Now let's look at the axis. Yeah.
Okay, I think people are
What is
really
it?
confused on how to make a new chart because Damian says I'm really lost on trying to change from line charts and then when I return, is still the same. So they want to go from a line chart to maybe a pie chart while they have a line chart in the sheet.
Okay, so all you need to do is because when you do this, right? When you do this and you change, you insert, let me do this. You insert, let's say this chart, and then you come over here and then do this again and insert a line chart. So what happens is that you would have another chart. The other one will still be there. You would have a line chart. You also have a column chart. So there's nothing like overlay. Sorry, deleting the other one. So you can always change, edit your line chart as you see fit. But if you want to change the chart to another one entirely without having a new one, just go to your go to your design menu. You will see what is called change chart type. Click on the chart you want to change. Go to change chart type. Go over there and change the line to another one, and then you click on OK. You see it has changed. Click on change chart type. You see it has changed. Please ask him if he understands what I'm saying. So if you want to have another chart different from the one there, you can keep highlighting whatever you're highlighting and then insert a new chart. But if you want to change an existing chart, just click on change chart type feature and then choose the name of the chart. Is that clear? Was that clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So let's look at the last chart here. Go to your layout. I have already explained chart title. I've explained legend. Now let me explain data labels. Data labels, I love using data labels because as it is now, can someone tell me without tracing, and someone tell me where is David? What is the test score of David? The exact number. The test score for David. Can you tell me? Is it possible?
90.
84.
Okay. All right. 84. Someone says 90. Who else? So to avoid all of these problems, because when you are presenting your data to your stakeholders or whoever, they are not there to get confused. They are there to make decisions. If you are sending it to decision makers, they want to make quick decisions. Should we allow David to be in our university with this test score, or should we allow Ola, or should we allow Julius? They want to make those fast decisions. So don't give them the place to begin to crack their head. So to avoid this, always make sure that your data labels appear on top of your column chart. That is, remember when we looked at our test scores here, the data labels appeared in form of a percentage. So it's easier for them to see that, this person here had the highest, which is 21%. And that person, if you looked at the color, was who? Who has that color?
Informer.
Informer.
Yes.
Informer. Informer has that color. The person that said, no, I understand you, my brother. Not all of us understand color. Even me, I don't know which one is heartbreak red. They have cotton white. They have bomber brown. They have anger red. They have pepper red. So my brother, as a data analyst, each time I hear colors, it's easier because I change my colors into codes. If you tell me Foshcare purple, for instance, I don't know what Foshcare purple looks like. All I need to go to the Google, search for the code for Foshcare purple, copy that code, paste it on my workbook, and the color will come exactly Foshcare purple. So If you like, confuse me thinking that you're confusing yourself, I will still pass you. I mean, they run up.
Abu.
All right, so let's proceed. So for us to see the values appear at the top of the chart, just make sure you select your charts and the layout menu will come up here. Click on data labels. So already you see it's already none, but if you want it to be at the center, you click on it. Can you see the numbers have appeared now at the center? So those people that say 85, 84, 90, you're totally wrong because this guy's test score was 89. Can you see that? So I love this. So click on it again. What if you want to see it inside end? Click on it. It goes almost to the inside, but at the end of the data or the column. What if you want to see it at the inside base? The inside base is like the bottom or the bottom, and then you have the outside end, which is at the top. And I actually love the outside end because I just want to show them that this is the value. So that way you don't need to do so much be asked. What if you are not there to tell them that it's 89 or 65 or 74 or 80, 98 or blah blah blah? What if you're not there? Do you guys understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So let's proceed. The next thing is the data table. Data table works so well for if you are making a presentation of your data set to your managers or perhaps to your salespeople, because these ones want to be sure that it is the data they gave you that you are visualizing. Decision makers may not really care about data table. So how does data table work? It's already on none, but if we say show data table, click on it. Do you see what happened? You see the numbers and you see the test scores. And with this, I could just come to data labels, click on none. So basically, you can just see this below. Do you see the difference?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So that the salesperson, remember, is part of our audience. The salesperson could just look at the data and say, you know what? I didn't give you 89 for David. So can you change that, please? Right. So if you want to change that, you just double click on it and this dialog box is going to come up and then you can edit it, um edit the or whatever, or you just simply go back to your data set and then click on it. So let's look at the next one, which is axis. Let me remove the data table and let's look at axis. Now for axis, everybody knows what y-axis and x-axis is. True or false?
True.
All right. Can someone tell me what's the x-axis, please? Anyone? What's the x-axis and where's the y-axis?
X
The X.
axis.
Okay. The x-axis should be where you have the names. That's the name part. Then the numbers is the y-axis. Or you can simply say the horizontal axis. That's the x-axis.
Okay. Do you guys agree with this person?
Yes, sir.
So the horizontal axis is the x-axis.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Vertical axis is the y-axis.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So that means that you guys pass your exams. Just give me a minute, guys. Let me. Okay. So we have the x-axis and then we have the y-axis. So this is it, the axis. What do you want to see? It says, just pay attention to this chart. There will be some differences, and you guys should tell me. It says, it shows left to right axis. Now, what if we want to say show axis without labeling? What do you notice?
There is no
The names are
label.
out.
What do you notice?
On the x-axis, the names are gone.
Good, good. So you can go back to your primary horizontal axis, show right to left axis. What do you notice? What do you notice? Please speak up.
There is a
Be
change of
confident.
label from the left to the right hand side.
Awesome, awesome. Now let's click on this, and then let's go to the next one, which is our vertical axis. So vertical axis, let's say show axis in thousands. Do you see what happened? Of course, we know nobody can score in thousands.
Yeah.
So we can't use this. So let's change that. Let's say show axis in millions. You see that? Let's say you see the differences as I'm clicking on them, right?
Yes, sir.
Show axis in billions. And the money I want manifest for my life with that.
$1 billion.
Then show axis with log scale. Everybody, you know waiting be log scale now. You guys know what log scale is, your basic mathematics. Log 1, log 2, algorithm, blah, blah, blah. For those of you that are in the financial sector, you probably have used this so many times. But we can just click on what? Show default axis. And we go back to where we started. I hope that one was clear. So you guys can play around that. So let's look at grid lines. Look at grid lines. So for grid lines, click on the open. Now, do you know what grid lines are? Before I even proceed, do you know what grid lines are?
Yes.
What are grid lines? Beware, it's different from trend lines.
Grid lines are the lines in the background behind the chart.
Is she correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're in here. They like it's not confident.
No,
Be
she's on the
confident
right
in
path.
me. Oh.
You say what?
Put your faith in me. Trust me, I'm right.
I tell
No, no,
you.
no problem.
So trend line is different from grid lines. So grid lines are actually help us to trace our data. But you know that these grid lines here, these lines you see, the horizontal lines, they actually did not help us at the onset because some people were saying 85, some were saying 84. So sometimes if you don't want to insert your data label, if you don't want to insert this one, remember these are data label, putting the numbers of your variable inside your chart. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can actually insert grid lines, minor grid lines. So to insert minor grid lines, click on grid lines, open the horizontal grid lines. This is already major, but we want to see other minor ones. So you click on minor grid lines. What do you see now? Other lines, isn't it?
Yes.
Other tiny lines, minor.
Yes.
Then if you want to see both the major and the minor? Just click on major and minor. And then you see the thicker one is here and then the smaller one is there. Can you guys see the difference?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. So let's look at the vertical grid lines. It's already on none, but what if you want to see the major grid lines? That is, vertical means standing straight. You can see it. Pillars beside pillars. What if you want to see other minor vertical lines? So you come here and see minor grid lines. You can see smaller minor grid lines. What if you want to see the major vertical grid lines and the minor grid lines together? So you just click major and minor together. There you see. So now this is now looking like that your sheet, that your graph book
Graph
in
book.
secondary school.
Yeah, graphic.
You guys remember?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So if you look at this one, there's only the major grid line. If you want to insert the minor grid line, let's see, just come here, put horizontal, click on major and minor, and then you see it, the small lines there. Let's say you want to insert the vertical, major and minor, then you see it there. Can you see? It's now appearing different than it looked before. Say you don't want to see any of them, click on none. You come here, vertical, click on none, and the lines are gone. You see that? With the lines gone, we can't trace, we can't do anything. So what can we do? We can just, put our data labels. What is it saying? Show data labels. So you can see our data labels will now appear. Guys, do you understand this class?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
All right. So another edit I want to teach you guys is the plot area. I want to click on it and then let's see if you guys will notice a difference. Click on plot area, click on none. Who can tell me what happened?
The black background is gone. The
Exactly.
ba- that
The
was
black
our plot
background
area.
is gone. Exactly. So if you want to see more plot area options, you can open it, make sure you can insert your gradient. You can see the color there. You can insert a solid fill. This is totally different from the background color, right? Let's say you want to put this color, or let's say you want to put yellow. Totally different, isn't it? And then increase or decrease the transparency so the yellow doesn't look yellow or look like light yellow. All right. And then the border styles. What if you want to, let's say the border color, you want to put like, okay, red, and then the border style you want to make it thicker. You see? Can you see what's going on? Then you
Hmm.
want to make this way. So this is how you can walk around and edit your charts, and then they make you stand out. They make you stand out. We have been treating charts since class today, and some people are not aware that they can manipulate their charts this way. But you know how to do that now. Please, any question? I think so far we have covered the chart title, the axis title, the legend, the data labels, the data table, the axis, the grid lines, the plot area, and the trend line. We've covered everything under layout. And then format. Okay, for format, I'm going to use another thing to teach you guys format. But for designs, I've already shown you all of this, how you can change this color. So far, before I take you guys to the last thing in today's class, I hope my time is not over. Let me see. 2:38. Okay, so I have basically like 15 minutes with you guys. Questions, please. My Excel is actually 2010. My Excel is 2010. Meekness Abodude. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm so fast, but let me know. I can always repeat whatever I'm saying. But just make sure you are attentive as well. Let me know. Type it like, let me know. Can you say how I got the trend line? I think you are late to class because I explained this, Igendo. My version is 2010. Please,
For
I need specific questions. Anyone help me out read the questions in the comment section, please.
there are really no questions. I think people are just
If you
confused
can't
about
find
which.
trend, I think I said look for the icon.
For Excel 2016,
Okay, mine is
trend is
2010.
under add chart format.
Do you want to share your screen? Are you close with your laptop
Oh,
so you could show them, Joanne?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right, share your screen so you can share with them.
Okay.
If you are using 2016, please watch and see where she located her own trend. Everything about Excel is just looking because new versions they basically have similar features but arranged differently.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
I can.
Okay. This is charts. This is the chart. So we don't have chart layout like 2010. We only have charts design and format. And to get your axis, your trend line, your grid lines, all those things that he showed us, that I think are under his layout, go to chart design and you click on add chart elements. Under you see your axis, primary and vertical. You see axis titles, you see chart title, data labels, data table, error bars, grid lines, legend lines, trend lines, up and down bars. That's where you see your that's where you see everything you need to edit or format your charts. Everything that he has done today so far is under add chart elements relating to charts.
Thank you so much. Do you guys understand now, please?
If your trend line is not highlighted, you need to I deleted my chart and I did it again and the trend line was highlighted. So that's for Aramide.
Please ask questions because I'm done with charts. Please, let's proceed. I'm done with charts and I want to do one last thing before we call it today. All right, if there's no question, let's proceed. So, one thing I want to share with you guys now is okay, thank you so much, Magnus, for the suggestion. These guys, the premium class is almost filled up. Anyway, people who know they attend class are them. One last thing I want to show you guys. Let's look at the insert menu. Let's play around some of these things. So we have the pivot table, which is intermediate Excel. We'll treat that in future. We have the table. We have, so I'm not going to be talking about these two for now. I will look at some of these ones. Okay. Picture, clip art, shape, smart art, and all this. And then if we have time, we'll look at these ones. So for picture, because sometimes you may need to insert an amazing picture into your visual or into your Excel sheet. It could be a company's logo, it could be a company's picture or profile, it could be anything, and you should know how to edit it. Okay, so this is my download. I hope there's i hope there's nothing. Joanne. So I want to just import one of my, okay, let me import one of my photos. The most handsome trainer in town. Julius, do you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's plenty.
So I need you guys to learn. Anyway, I took this photo last year. I probably have grown, but what is her name? Mide, is she still here?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Don't show him this picture. One thing I want to tell you guys is if you are importing a picture or an image, generally speaking, into Excel, please don't adjust it from the site. It's not just in Excel. Don't adjust your pictures from the site. Let me adjust it so you see what I mean. As I find like this, if I adjust this picture, I don't like finish. It's not good for my image at all. So undo. Always adjust your photos from the site. Is that clear? Always adjust your photos from the site. Having said that, you can edit this to meet whatever specification you want it to be. For instance, I want to remove the background, just the background. So click on this, click on remove background, and then choose where you want to remove your background. Just edit it, choose where you want to remove your background, and then click on enter or delete whatever. And that's gone. Can you see that?
Yes.
So you
Yes.
can use this if you are presenting a data for a particular individual. Maybe you are working for your boss or you are working for a company and the person prefers to use his face during meetings. You can do something like this, can't you? You can take the data, edit the person's image, the founder of the company. This is your data, right? Edit it, take it all the way down to the top, and then edit it. The person will feel happy. Your job is to make people happy now, Abby, when they are
Yeah.
looking at your job. Then you can go ahead. Sorry, don't. I did a very wrong move. Don't adjust from the sides. Adjust always from these angles, right? Can you see that? So I can just carry my data. Um, Maybe this is what I want to visualize for the company. I can just carry this, come over here, and then put it here, and then visualize the data. Is this not looking good if you are presenting a data for a particular company or student? You can do this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
So this is one way you can present your data. Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Another way is, yeah, you can just come to insert, click on let me insert another picture, and then see how I can edit it. Let me look for recent photo. Okay. Insert a picture of a monkey. So I want to adjust this. How monkey photo can't even enter my laptop, sir? How it happen? Anyway, so let's say we want to edit this picture. Okay. So I've already told you guys how to remove the background. What if you want to do some other things like put this? Can you see the difference? I just put
Yes.
some borders. Let's change. Look at the second one. Look at the third one. Look at the fourth one. You see? So this one you can see some shadow. Look at this one. You could see the monkey shadow, right? Let's look at
Yeah.
this. This is looking good. There is no border at all, no thickness. So you can put this as well if you want. If you have like a frame, you can put it this way. Scroll down, you can put it this way, put it this way, put it this way, put it this way. So your job is to play around these things so that assuming you want to make a presentation and you just want your diagram to look very interesting, and you can do all of that. So if you want to increase the shadow, just come to some of these picture effects. You see shadow, you can click on any of them. You see the shadow of the monkey would appear here. Let's say picture effects, you want it to glow. Let's choose this one. Can you see the difference? It glows by the sides. Let's say you want reflection of the monkey. You can choose any of these. I want to choose the last one. Can you see reflection? Hello, guys. Are you still here? You following me?
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Good. So that's for monkey. Let me choose another photo, one last photo, and then edit it. So we have okay, my favorite car in the world, Tesla. I beg, who want buy me this car?
yeah.
First day I was inside this car, I was like simplicity at its best. That's how I thought. Simplicity at its best. The sensors I'm crazy at the and na Uber, na person carry Uber, carry Tesla, come carry me. Uber driver was crazy.
Very well.
So you can edit, click on formats. Now let's look at okay. I'm going to oh my god. Still have a lot to talk about, but not today. Um we'll look at this next week. Oh sorry, this week. Um, let's say you want to change it to any of these options. Or you want 3D rotates. See that? Can you guys see what's going on, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can do any of these and do any of these. Make sure you choose any of these. So let's imagine I want to choose this one and let me play around this until bring up some crazy things. Um, you know, make it look make it look this way like a book. come over here, change the border color to red. The outline, I want to change the outline to white. Mm, maybe choose any of these. Okay. Okay, let's see. So layout, no. Picture layout, I'll talk about that next week or this week. Keep mentioning next week. Okay, so you can do it that way. You can
Sir, please can you redo the background removal?
background remover. Okay. So all you
Yes.
need to do is insert a photo. Right. Insert a photo. Let me insert another photo. Oh my god. Okay. It's old photo. This one. Click on insert. All right. So I want to reduce this. Each time I look at this photo, I just smile. Oh my god. I just smile, smile, smile. Okay, so get your photo in there or whatever it is. Could be a logo or whatever. Go to click on remove background. Click on, make sure you select the photo first and then adjust. You see, I have adjusted this to the top of my head. Make sure you can scroll down to check it. Let's say I want to stop right there. And then click on enter and then outside. That's it. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So because I don't know if you can edit a photo outside, remove the background, and then import it into Excel. But the idea is to make sure that you do everything. The idea is to make sure you do everything inside Microsoft Excel. So Excel gives you that feature where you can remove background images or background color or background whatever in your images before you import it into Excel, or you can just do it into Excel. That's just it. All right. So, any question, guys? I think we'll end it here because my time is up. We'll continue on Saturday. It's still free, guys. But for those in the premium group, I'll be looking for questions. We can have a meeting anytime. I'm free. We talk about what challenge you have, blah blah blah. But from next Saturday, please, only those in the premium group will join me live. Okay, so I'm hoping that those of you that have joined me live, you join the premium group. But again, class is still free. Any question? If there's no question, see you guys um on Saturday.
Thank you
I
very
hope
much,
you
sir.
learned something today. Enjoy the class. Did
Yes,
you learn anything?
Yes, sir, we did.
All right.
Yes,
So
thank you.
the
Yes, I
next class,
will. Thank you.
awesome. The next class we are going to be talking about the next class.
My party come make I give am 50,000 first. You know money to
The
eat.
next class. The next class we are going to be talking about some summit function, basic functions in Excel. If I have the time, I'll show you guys the other thing I didn't talk about today. Have a nice and lovely week, and bye.
bye bye. Thank you, sir.
Please, those in the premium group, just drop your questions. I will have time. I'll look at them. Or someone would share a response to your question with you. Bye.